Alright, ready for a story?
Yep.
The next story is about a rabbit and a house. And the name of the story is called Raising Rabbit. And the story goes like this. A postcard came one day for Wise Rabbit. It was from his long-lost cousin who lived halfway across the world. Do come and visit us as soon as you can, the message said. Wise Rabbit thought this is a good idea. It's rather long away, Wise Rabbit said. But if I can find someone to mow my lawn and look after my garden shed, I shall go at once. The neighbor said, Ask any one of us to mow your lawn and look after your garden shed. But whatever you do, don't ask Bunny Hopkins. This made Wise Rabbit think long and hard. The very next day, when Bunny Hopkins passed by, Wise Rabbit gave him the key to the garden shed. Leave everything to me, said Bunny Hopkins eagerly. I will mow your lawn every week and guard your garden shed with my life. Off went Wise Rabbit to visit his cousin, but sadly, Bunny Hopkins did not keep his promise. All summer long, he sat in the garden sunbathing. The grass on the lawn grew tall and the weeds almost covered the garden sheds. I think it's about time I mow the lawn, said Bunny Hopkins with a yawn.
You're just yawning when you're quiet.
Yes. And then, when at last the young rabbit unlocked the garden shed, he was in for a big surprise. For standing next to the mower was the biggest motorbike he had ever seen. On top of the seat was a note which read, When you have finished mowing the lawn, use my bike as often as you like. Poor Bunny Hopkins just stood and stared. If I mow the lawn each week, as I promised, I could have ridden the bike all summer, he cried. How quickly Bunny Hopkins got to work. And at last, when all the jobs were finished, he raced off on Wise Rabbit's magnificent motorbike. Whee! Soon, Wise Rabbit will be back, sighed Bunny Hopkins, and I won't be able to ride the motorbike ever again. But on the very day he was due to return, Bunny Hopkins received a postcard. It was from the Wise Rabbit. The card was addressed to Bunny Hopkins, the Raising Rabbit. And this is what it says. I'm going to stay here until next year. Please mow my lawn, look after my garden, shed, and don't forget to ride my motorbike. Bunny Hopkins was delighted. The end.
The next story.
And the next story.
Can you turn on the fan back while you read? It's not that dumb.
And the next story is about a city and some cars. And the name of the story is Terry's First Prize. And the story goes like this. Terry drove a yellow taxi all day long. The city streets were very busy and lots of noisy traffic, which often gave Terry a headache. Sometimes I wish I lived in a place with no cars at all, he sighed. One day, a man knocked on Terry's door. You have won first prize in our grace competition. Terry looked pleased. Is it a desert island? He asked the man. I'll give you a clue. The man smiled. It was 4 wheels and traveled on the road. Terry's face fell. Oh, I hope it's not a car, he cried. He soon cheered up when he saw his very own gypsy caravan. Ooh, it's a caravan with horses. The end.
The third story.
Alright, now the third story.
The last story, not the third story.
The last story. Now this last story, it's
that a long
about...
story? Very long.
No, it's a very short story.
Oh, a short.
It's about 4 teddy bears and a car. And the name of the story is called Mrs. Bruno's Pies. And the story goes like this. Mrs. Bruno baked marvelous hot cherry pies. They taste so good that everyone wants to buy them. Before long, Mrs. Bruno's hot cherry pies become famous. What am I going to do? Asked Mrs. Bruno, looking worried. I love to bake cherry pies, but when I stop to answer the door, the pies in the oven get burned, and I have so far to walk to my customers that my pies are cold by the time they are delivered. What a problem! I think I shall have to stop baking my hot cherry pies. What? No more pies? Cries the customer. So they got together and came up with a splendid idea. They would come and collect the pies from Mrs. Bruno's house. Now, Mrs. Bruno can bake her famous hot cherry pies and everyone is happy. The end.
Good night. Now can you turn on the fan?
Good night, everybody.
Now can you turn on the fan?
Yes.
Finally, I was thinking of this too.
Good night.